My name is Cathy Jordan, and I teach in the special education department at Grantsville High School, and I've been teaching for about 10 years now. Well, before Reading Horizons was introduced into my teaching, I worked with several other programs, and they had advantages, but they did not have the amount of explicit instruction that my students needed to really be successful in a way that I could show real progress in their teaching. And in 2005, I was introduced to the Reading Horizons program, and as a result, I immediately could see success with my sixth graders. It had rules, it taught the kids why, language was put together the way it was very explicit in the instruction, and it was immediately effective for them. I was trained in Reading Horizons right after I got my job as a sixth grade special educator. And I worked in a classroom where the teacher had been trained the year before in Reading Horizons, and she was so sold on it. She said, "You need to learn this program." And so I immediately talked to the principal, and we arranged for me to take the workshop. And I've been using it, sold on it ever since. During the training, when I was learning the program, and of course I'd been exposed a little bit with this co-teacher that I had, I could immediately see how it just made so much sense, and that the kids would be able to get it. Oh, this can be done. I can learn to read. It's not as hard as I thought, and it breaks the language down so well that the kids are able to see how reading should be done, and they don't just guess at words. They actually break the words down, and that was the great success of it. Well, as a teacher, my perspective was that I'm a very good reader and I'm a very good speller, but I never knew that there were certain rules that governed the language. I'd been taught to read by see and say, but when I was able to see the whys of why words were put together the way they were, and which letters went together, and how the letters worked within a word, then it enlightened me even more to really help my students learn to read better. Well, what I did was, when I was trained in the program, all I had to do after the training was take the lessons in the book that were given to me and just teach them explicitly with the direct instruction that was in the book, and follow what the book had for me, and everything went just perfectly. The students, the type of instruction that I gave with the Reading Horizons program allowed the students to immediately see their own progress. And one of the nicest things about the Reading Horizons program, especially when you're working with the older kids and you have a computer program that goes with it, is you can do a pre-assessment. So the students see where they're starting, and so they know, well, I'm only a third grade reader, they'll say, and I want to make an improvement. So we would gauge a goal, set a goal for them, and then they would work on it. And so they could immediately see progress, and we would assess every so often so that they could see their progress. By the end of the year, every single student made at least one grade level in progress. As a teacher, the Reading Horizons program has allowed me to have a set curriculum to teach the students out of, so that I don't have to try to figure out what is going to help these students. I know that this program will help these students, especially at the high school level, where most students, on research shows that most students only make about a half of a year's worth of growth in reading improvement. But in the Reading Horizons program, I have been able to see 1 to 2 years of grade level increase in their reading, and it makes it so that I have no desire to deviate in any way from what the program offers me, because I know it works. It's very successful. A success story in my classes are those kids, and I can't just name just one child, but those kids who say, I don't read, I can't read. And then I start teaching them the Reading Horizons program. We put them on the computer and they begin to work it, and then they begin to say, oh, I can read. This isn't as hard as I thought. That is success. I feel that teaching reading, trying to teach kids to read, especially if they have any issues with reading at all, especially kids that may have dyslexia or other disorders and it impedes their ability to read, this program is the program for them because it works, and many other things just don't work. But this one really works. It's effective and it's fast.